About a year ago, in July 2025, I matched with this beautiful woman on a dating app. She messaged me first, and I immediately assumed it was a scam. But I entertained the possibility that it was real. She started sending voice notes, and before long we moved to WhatsApp and started calling each other every day. Those calls would last 8 to 10 hours. We quickly developed feelings for each other, and despite her being in the UK and me being in Sweden, we both decided we wanted to make it work. We were supposed to meet in October, but neither of us wanted to wait that long. So I flew over to her country in August and stayed with her for 4 days. Those were some of the best days of my life. When she picked me up and saw her in person for the first time, it was like my breath had sucked into my body. She was standing there with her long black hair, wearing a beautiful dress and the biggest smile on her face, waiting for me. To finally feel the touch of this woman I had been talking to for so long was a high no substance in the world could ever replicate for me. As I walked up to hug her and she gave me the first kiss we ever shared, I knew immediately that this was someone I was willing to hand my heart to. We had so much fun together and enjoyed every second of each other's company. There was so much love between us that it was intoxicating. The second she walked into a room, she would light it up with her presence. It was blinding, but at the same time impossible not to stare and wonder. She had previously been in an abusive marriage, and at one point during my visit she broke down because she'd forgotten what it felt like to be loved that much. I did everything I could to make her feel like the most important woman in the world. She told me that I made her feel safe and that, for the first time in forever, she had managed to sleep through entire nights without nightmares. After those 4 days, I went home and everything continued as before. We talked every day and dreamed about our future together. We constantly told each other how much we loved each other. She loved hiking, so I decided to lose weight and start walking more so that one day I could do it with her. I ended up losing 40 kilograms because I wanted to become the best version of myself I could be for this woman. Every single day I would write to her and say I love you first thing in the morning. Then came October. I was back in Edinburgh for a week, and when we met at the train station she practically tackled me when she threw herself into my arms. She wouldn't let me go, and she kept kissing me for so long that I genuinely lost track of how long we had been standing there. Everything was perfect. We had an incredible time together, and I still have a photo from one of the nights we went out for dinner. The way she looked at me, with stars in her eyes, she was the most beautiful person I had ever known. Time stood still. When she had to leave at the end of the evening, she started crying and didn't want to go. As she sat there on the train, looking out through the window with her hand against the glass, looking at me, I felt like a part of me had stayed on that train, like I had walked away missing a piece of myself. About 2 weeks later, she got sick. She collapsed while walking the dog. Doctors immediately suspected something was wrong with her heart, and it turned out she had a serious heart condition that required several procedures. She became extremely tired, sometimes sleeping 15 to 18 hours a day. Eventually, she couldn't work anymore, lost her apartment, and had to move back in with her father, who took care of her. I tried to be as supportive as I could. I checked in every day and told her that if she needed anything, I was there. I offered to fly over and help with the dogs, or simply keep her company. I didn't care if we spent the entire time lying in bed and sleeping. I just wanted to be there for her. But our communication started getting worse. She went from replying once a day to every couple of days. Sometimes she wouldn't respond for a week. The longest was 2 weeks. She eventually told me she was depressed, and sometimes didn't want to talk to anyone. I told her I understood and wasn't angry. I just wanted her to tell me when she was struggling so I could support her instead of being left wondering what was happening. And given her condition, when she disappeared for 2 weeks, I genuinely didn't know whether she was even alive. This went on for about 7 months. I waited for her to get better, supported her through every procedure, and tried to give her all the love I could. We still talked about the things we'd do together once she recovered, and despite how difficult everything was, I thought our future was still there. She told me several times that she felt guilty that I had to deal with all of this, that I hadn't signed up for it and deserved better. I always told her I didn't mind. Even if I had to wait another year, I would have considered it worth it just to be with her again. Then June came around. Work had become horrible. I was struggling with my own mental health and had some health scares that caused me a lot of anxiety. On top of everything else, I was becoming increasingly anxious about our relationship and how little we were communicating. My friends noticed. I started checking my phone every time it vibrated, hoping it was her. They kept telling me I needed to talk to her about it, so I did. I told her that the uncertainty in our communication was making me anxious and that I was struggling with it. She told me she needed to think about our relationship because she didn't want me to feel that anxiety. After thinking about it for a week and talking to her friends, she decided to end our relationship. I begged her not to leave me. She told me she'd always loved me and that leaving hurt her too, but she believed I deserved better and needed to move on. After that, she stopped responding. She didn't even read my messages. A few days later, I called her. It rang for a while before she finally answered, only to immediately hang up. Then she blocked me on WhatsApp, Discord, and every other way we had of communicating. And just like that, she was gone. I ruined the relationship simply by being honest about how I was feeling. If I had been able to withstand the anxiety for a couple more months, maybe she would still have been with me. Maybe I would have been with her at this moment. I let my emotions get the better of me, and it ruined the best thing that has ever happened to me. Out of a sea of stars, she was the moon in my eyes. She was the only person I'd ever looked at and thought, this is the person I want to marry someday. I've moved forward with my life, but I still miss her. Sometimes I wonder how she's doing, whether her condition has improved, whether she's okay. Sometimes I even wonder if she's still alive. She browses Reddit, so there's a chance she'll come across this. Love, I'm not mad at you. I understand why you decided to block me. I don't hold any grudge or anger toward you. None of this was easy on you, and by being selfish, I ruined the greatest thing that had happened to me.
If you made it this far, you've officially survived one of the most emotional roller coasters on the internet. So tell me, what would you have done in the same situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And hey, if you love stories that hit you right in the heart, smash that subscribe button. It's free therapy, but with better lighting. See you in the next story.